Hi guys, my name is Derek Mead. I am the youth sports manager here for Shawnee County Parks and Recreation in Topeka. Hopefully you guys all know that, but I'm going to be putting this video on YouTube for our coaches meeting, so some people might stumble upon it and not really know what this is. I'm trying this meeting a little bit differently than we've done in the past. The last few years, kind of since COVID, we've done Zoom meetings. To be quite honest with you, I'll have sub-state basketball games to officiate this next week. I'm not sure when I would have time to do a meeting. Also, we have an all-time record for number of players and teams, so I'm trying to eliminate almost 100 email responses from different coaches on information if I can. So please keep that in mind as you watch this video. This is the coach meeting for spring soccer, youth spring soccer 2024. There is no coach meeting date. This is the meeting. So watch this video at your leisure, at your convenience. You can respond to me via email with any questions. I'll get back to you quicker than I will if you call me for a few reasons. But I will send this link in an email to you along with information that I need from you. First and foremost, thank you for volunteering. Volunteers are really important to us. Getting volunteers to coach is sometimes the hardest part of the job. People a lot of times will say, I don't know anything about soccer, but it's my stance that at the youth recreational level, you don't necessarily need to. So sometimes it's herding cats, but a lot of times it's just managing people. So you are appreciated, so thank you. Let's see. I will also be doing something different in terms of my shirt order. In the past, I've sent out an email saying, hey, send me your team name, your shirt color, your coach sizes, and an email response. Again, I'm trying to eliminate, right now, 88 teams. I'd like to eliminate 88 emails in response to that if I can. So I haven't done it yet, but I will be sending an invite to edit a Google Sheet, which is how I conduct my shirt order. I type it all into a Google Sheet. Then later on, I transfer it to a Excel file, and I send that as an attachment to our shirt vendor for our shirt orders. So I will send you an invite to edit that file. You will find your age group at the tabs at the bottom. You will then find your team. For example, if I didn't have a team name for my team, it would say Mead Team. It would be in yellow. Anything in yellow means it needs updated. You don't have to change the yellow. I can take that off later. It also has the team or the coach last name in a column next to the team names. Don't change the coach name because that should be you unless you have your maiden name and you got married and it changed and it needs to change, whatever. That does happen on occasion. But please update the team name, the shirt color, and the coach sizes that you need. This is for 5 and under through 12 and under. For the 3U and 4U, those team names and shirt colors are predetermined. We do different themes each season so that the kids get fun designs that are unique and different each season. So if you signed up a full team of 4 and unders, I think there's a couple of you might have put a team name. Sorry, that's not going to be your team name. You're going to get team names decided by us and put on there. The 3 and unders will be musical instruments. My favorite color is teal, so we call dibs on teal banjos. The others have just been assigned and have a color. And then the 4 and under will be like sea life animals or deep sea animals and stuff like that. So there's sharks and dolphins and squid and a whole bunch of those kind of animals and a bunch of colors. Now there's 18 teams in the 4U. So there's a couple colors that kind of repeat. There's a light gray, a dark gray, a lime green, an Irish green, a royal blue, a light blue, stuff like that. Let's see. So those 3 and 4U coaches, all you need to do is put your coach sizes on there. That's all I need from you. There should also be a link to a background check that you can conduct online. Do that as soon as you can, please. Okay, moving on. But that stuff will be in the email. Please update that when you can. If I haven't gotten that updated from you by, I'm looking at my whiteboard, my information's on my board. By March 1st, I will pick a team name for you. I will pick shirt color for you, and I will guess on your coach sizes. So please get that filled out by March 1st. That is 1 week. Calendar's up here. I'm looking all over. Sorry, guys. 1 week from today is March 1st. I'm recording this on Friday, February 23rd. My plan is to send it out today. So you've got a week. Let's see. We have 808 players signed up right now. Last spring was our all-time record for spring at 613. We thought that was bonkers. This is almost 200 kids more than that. Last fall, we hit a new record overall of 665. We're like, what's that, 150 or so more than that. So this is by far our biggest season ever. It's gotten silly, guys. That puts us at 88 teams right now. I don't even know how to comprehend that. Like it's blown up, and I'm really thankful and appreciative of everybody who signed up and is going to play and coach with us. Now, I do still need, oh my gosh, I still need 26 coaches. So once I send this out, I'll send a bunch of emails to parents saying, hey, I need, I need 1 coach in 12U. I need 4 coaches in 10U. I need 2 in 8U. I need 4 in 7U. I need 2 in 6U. I need 4 in 5U. I need 4 in 4U. And I need 5 in 3U. That's right. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8U, 10U, and 12U. So we have got a bunch of age groups going. I'm really happy about it. So hopefully we get all those coaches. Now, the bad news, if you want to call it that, is game times. More than ever, I'm going to need your preferences, and I'm not going to guarantee anything. We're going to start at 8 a.m. This season. I've tried to avoid it. It's kind of early. I don't think I can get away with 7 a.m. Now, let me stop there. Let me pause. The 3 and 4U will still start at 9 o'clock. I think the last game for those will be at noon. We'll stay away from nap time. We'll stay away from the 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. We won't have night games. Those will be over by Ted Inslee Gardens, where we played last fall. Just across the road in that open area, we'll have 2 fields going there. But for the 5 through 12U, guys, we're going to have games throughout the day and evening. Starting at 8 a.m., I believe we will still have a game on a couple of fields at 7 p.m. Like I said, I don't know how to handle that. Mentally, we just haven't had games that late. I think we've had a couple of seasons with a 5 o'clock game, maybe, but usually we're done by 3 or 4 o'clock. That just can't happen this season with the number of kids and teams we've got. There's a possibility if enough coaches say, no, we can't play at 6 or 7, we might flex some games to Sunday afternoons. I don't want to have to do that for a few reasons. Number one, I don't want a chance of a team playing back-to-back days, Saturday and Sunday. I don't want that. It's a rec league. We're not a club tournament kind of situation. That's not what this is. Also, number two, I don't want to have just 2 or 3 games on a Sunday and the rest are still on Saturday, and then we schedule in staff for just a couple of games. That seems counterproductive, honestly. But if push comes to shove and we have to, we have to. But please keep that in mind as you send whatever scheduling requests you have. I've gotten a couple from a couple people already saying they can't play certain days or certain times, whatever. I'll do my best, guys. Also, we have a handful of coaches coaching multiple teams. As always, we schedule around that when we can. For example, last year I had a 3U and a 6U. I'm doing the same again this year for my daughter who's 3 and my son who's 6. We had the 9 o'clock game in 3U all the time, and then the 10 o'clock in 6U all the time. Then I would officiate a bunch of games after that. I'm not going to put your 6U and your 10U both at the same time. I've got a function on our scheduling website on Quick Scores that has a multi-team coach tab, and I plug those in when you're coaching more than one team. Shouldn't be an issue. Every now and then you have to hustle a little bit, or you have a split and you might have to wait a little bit. Just keep in mind with 88 teams, there's going to be a lot of requests and a lot to juggle. Okay, next item, sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, sportsmanship. Please keep it in mind at all times. I tell people all the time, I love my job, but this is Parks and Rec. This is not club soccer. This is not a tournament environment. This is not high school soccer. This is not MLS. It's not the Premier League. It's not the World Cup. We are a Parks and Rec youth soccer program. Our officials will be expected to carry yellow and red cards on them. If they don't, I'll give them a hard time about it and then make sure they do. I do not want slide tackling in our leagues. Please make sure your players know that. I understand slide tackling is a soccer thing. It happens in soccer. It should not happen in our league. Sliding to save a ball from going out of bounds is fine. That's not what a slide tackle is. They should not go to the ground near another player ever. I have warned kids. I have given a yellow card for it when a kid just refused to stop doing it. I realize it's a bad habit. I also realize some kids just fall down a lot. I get that. Do not let them or teach them to go to the ground in a slide tackle mechanic near other players. I just don't want it in our league. I'm not sorry about it. So if you don't like it, tough. Let's see. I've got a glare. What's that say? Sportsmanship. Remind your parents too. In my experience, the sportsmanship issues aren't often with the coaches and they're not always with the players. A lot of times it's the parents. And I know you can't always control parents on your team, but please remind them. ESPN alert, forgot to shut my sound off. Please remind them why we're here. I told people in a couple coaches meetings last year, we are not here to win. We are not here to be right. We are here to help kids play a game. Please keep that in mind. Please remind your parents. I'm going to say it one more time because I feel strongly about it. We are not here to win. We are not here to be right. We are here to help kids play a game. So please get on board with that. Understand that that's our goal and make sure everybody is on the same page. I don't want to have to send sportsmanship emails every week. We've had some issues with flag football. We've had issues in soccer in the past, but last year it was quite a bit better. Basketball has been better. There's no need to get after officials and yell at them. And a lot of them are new and young. I'm out there a lot. There's no offsides in our league. It's a rec league. We have, throw-ins. We have goal kicks. We have occasional free kicks. We're not doing penalties unless it's a bad foul in the box on a breakaway kind of situation. But I will send rules out as well, obviously, in case you were wondering about league rules. Occasionally I get asked about ball size. The 3, 4, 5, and 6U I know uses a size 3. I think everybody else is a size 4. I'd have to double check our rules, but that'll get sent out. Let's see. I already talked about the Google Sheet invite. Please input your information on there as soon as possible. Please don't edit anybody else's information. If like, for example, my team is teal shirts, don't change mine. Don't make me blue. I'm going to know. But also don't do that to somebody else. And I know accidents might happen, but please be sure you're editing the information next to your name. Like I said, if I don't get responses by March 1st, I'll start doing that. I don't want to send out a bunch of email reminders. And I may have to pick for teams that don't have coaches yet. Hopefully I get coaches and I don't have to refund a bunch of kids because I'd like everybody to get to play. I tell people all the time, my priority is getting kids to play. I'm not worried about how many dollars we're bringing in or what the scores of games are. I don't care. I want kids to play. Scheduling, I kind of already touched on that. We'll start at 8 a.m. for the older kids. When I say older, I mean at Bettis on the turf from 5U up through 12U. My plan is to have 5 and 6 on one field, 7 and 8 on one field, and then 9, 10, and 11, 12 on one field. Those will be on field 1, which is a bigger field. At Bettis, if you haven't been there before, it's at the corner of 29th and Croco. Field 1 is the bigger field closest to the building, the concession stand, down right at the bottom of the stairs. And then field 2 is in the middle and 3 is on the end. The 3 and 4U that will play at Ted Inslee Gardens at Lake Shawnee. I don't remember how we had it labeled. I think 1 was just closest to the parking lot and 2 was over. Let's see, but please let me know scheduling needs. I understand later games aren't always ideal for some. If you're willing to, that's great. I don't need to know if you are. Just tell me if you aren't. Let me know what you can't do. But keep in mind, if you have a 6 p.m. or a 7 p.m. game, the rest of your day is free, unless you have another kid playing or whatever. But I'm going to need some flexibility, guys. Let's see. I already talked about that. Okay, some dates for you. I'll try to keep it on the email as well. I've typed most of my email out, but remember, I've still got to post this video and then link it. So some dates for you to remember, some key dates. I will send rosters out by February 28th. That is next Wednesday. That's my plan to send those. It might be the 29th, but my plan is the 28th. Our late registration deadline, we've already hit our deadline. Our late registration deadline with the late fees is going to cut off Tuesday the 27th. That was the date I was originally going to try to do my meeting. But remember, this is the meeting. So the next day or two, the 28th or 29th, you'll get rosters sent in an email. If you haven't got it by, I don't know, lunchtime or so on the 29th, please check your spam or your junk folder. Sometimes it goes there because it doesn't come directly from me. It comes from our registration website where I copy paste your email and hit send, and sometimes it goes to a weird spot. Shirt orders will be sent March 4, so I need all your information by March 1. The schedules, the game schedules will be out by March 15. That's 2 weeks before we start. So I need all your scheduling information as soon as possible for that as well, because that's a lot to juggle. Let's see. The shirts should arrive by March 25. I'm giving them 3 weeks. In the past, I've given them 2. Sometimes it's a little bit of a rush. This year, I'm starting to give them 3 weeks again like we did before COVID, mostly because I want to give ourselves some time, but also because we've got a lot of shirts. With 808 right now and probably a couple more while I've been talking. I'll get 2 extra shirts for each team. Each team will have a coach shirt or 2 or 3 sometimes. We're going to have over 1,000 shirts, probably 1,200 shirts or so, I'm guessing. So that's a lot. It's a lot of boxes. We've got to sort them. We've got to unbox them and stack them by age group and all that. So give us some time. Those should arrive by March 25. Our start date being March 30. That gives everybody, if they arrive by Monday, the 25th, hopefully before, that gives everybody that week to pick them up. So maybe they're here by your practice, maybe they're not, but they'll definitely be here before first game. The end date, everybody should play 5 games. If you have an odd number of age group or odd number of teams in an age group, there's a chance somebody gets a lucky 6th game. There's a chance we end up going to May 4. Also because of weather. If weather hits and we have to cancel, we could go to May 4, but we shouldn't go past that. But we should be done April 27, weather permitting. Also keep in mind, speaking of weather, we do have a weather hotline on our Quick Scores website, or a play, no play page, I should say. There's a weather hotline you can call. I don't have that number on me right now, but I'll look in a minute and we can send that out later. Let's see. Oh, but games at Bettis shouldn't ever get rained out. Even when it's raining, we can play on turf. We've played in the past. I understand it's not ideal if it's pouring rain and the younger kids, but if I'm being really honest, the kids usually seem to enjoy it. The parents don't always love it, but some of you guys have those chairs with the umbrella on it or whatever it's called anyway. The 3 and 4U games over at Ted Inslee's on grass, it's a little bit different. If it's pouring rain or whatever, we're probably going to cancel, but most things on turf should play. Obviously, lightning in the area, we wouldn't play. We've canceled in the past when it was like 10 degrees. We don't have a specific temperature number that we cancel for. We don't really cancel for heat. I don't think that's going to come into play in the spring. But we've canceled in the past when it was 10 or 12 degrees. That's just not pleasant. But so far, the last couple weeks, it's been warmer, so we should be okay, I'm guessing. Let's see. What am I forgetting? Send me all your information as soon as you can. Hopefully, I don't get many emails. I know I'm gonna. But with 88 teams, if I get 88 emails, it's going to take me a really long time to make it through all those. But it happens. So if you got something you need to say it. Otherwise, wait for the Google Sheet invite and go ahead and plug your information on there when you get it. I just hit the 20-minute mark. I'm going to shut down here in just a minute. Zoom cuts me off at 40. Usually we get done with those in 25 to 30 with no questions here, obviously, because I'm talking to myself. I'm able to get it done a little bit quicker. I think I've covered everything. When you get your rosters, please contact players on your roster as quickly as you can. Traditionally, we'll try to get a couple of email addresses and a couple of phone numbers on there. We'll get you whatever information is on the account holder's information. Sometimes it's 2 phone numbers and an email. Sometimes it's 1 phone number, no email. Sometimes it's an email, no phone number. How you want to contact parents is up to you. I use an app called GroupMe. I will continue using that. It's kind of like a group text situation where they don't necessarily have my phone number. You can also add relatives or other spouses or grandparents or whatever by phone number. So I'll set up a group on GroupMe for the team. I'll name it by the team name. I'll send an email from my personal email to parents on the team, and I'll say, hey, here's the link to the GroupMe, or I'll add them on by their cell phone. They can then add relatives by their cell phone number into the group as well. You don't necessarily have to do that, which I think is really convenient. But some people choose to go with other apps. Some people use group text, a group email thread. So there's a bunch of options available to you there. It's up to you. As far as practices go, whenever, wherever, you can do it. You're capable. You're willing. It's convenient for you. Go for it. We don't schedule practices for soccer or flag football. It's kind of just go with what you can find. Some options for people in the past, depending on where you're located. If you're out by the lake, 10-man circle over at Lake Shawnee. There's a bunch of areas over there where I've gone in the past. Various parks, if you're central Topeka in town. Felker Park, Gage Park has some areas, some open space you can practice on. Sometimes there's churches that are open to the public that have open space. Out north, there's Shawnee North Park. There's here at Oakland or Santa Fe Park. There's plenty of areas all over town. I've even had my 3 and 4U team a couple years ago practiced at my house one time. We had a fenced-in area. Parents stood outside the short fence, and we did that one time. So we went to Tecumseh South a couple times where my son goes to school. So it's up to you, whatever you can find. Day of the week and time is up to you. What's convenient to you, go for it. I'm just going to warn you, what's going to happen with this many kids and this many teams, you're going to have some parents with conflicts. You're going to have parents say, I can't do that day. Have them reach out to us. We'll do what we can. I can't promise you I'll get them switched onto another team. I'll try, but I'm not tracking down what days and times everybody's practicing. Guys, nobody has time for that. I'm not listing 88 teams and where you're practicing. So if a parent reaches out to me and says, hey, do you have anybody that practices on Tuesday? I have no idea. So I'll do what I can as far as that goes, but just don't take it personally if you get somebody that says, I can't practice or that's too far away or whatever. So our first priority is grouping them by request. So either for the coach or with a player they requested. Second priority is by school. So if there's a bunch of Barryton kids or a bunch of Jay Scheidler kids or a bunch of Northern Hills kids, we'll try to get them grouped in appropriate groups. But it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes we'll get a group of kind of miscellaneous schools together because there was only 1 or 2 from certain schools. So it does happen. Guys, I think I've covered everything. One more item before I cut this off, not let you go, you're not here. We do have a new league. It's called the Oakland Soccer League. It's going to play on Wednesdays and Sundays in May and June. It is an additional option to our spring, summer, and fall regular leagues at Bettis. We started that league for a few reasons. I went to the Fiesta Parade last year, and it felt like every kid that I saw was wearing a soccer jersey. So we decided we were going to start something here in the Oakland neighborhood. Everybody's welcome. Anybody can play no matter where they're from, just like any of our other leagues. But games will be in the Oakland neighborhood, either here at Oakland Park or over at Santa Fe Park, most likely. The fee is lower. It's trying to target some lower income families who may not play soccer with us already because of the fee. families who may have travel issues. They can't get out to Lake Shawnee or whatever, or can't accommodate practices sometimes, or whatever the case is. Want to get a league going on grass again like we've had in the past at Shawnee North. This is an option to not to replace our spring or summer, but in addition to it. So if you're playing in our spring league and in our summer league, you can play in this too. I know the one thing I've learned from soccer people is they want more soccer. So it doesn't necessarily mean you'd play 2 games a week. You might have a Wednesday evening game. You might have the Sunday afternoon game. We've got multiple youth age groups offered. We also have an adult division offered. So we're hopeful that gets going. It's brand new. Sometimes new things are hard to get going. I've made a flyer. I've sent it to, I think, Holy Family here in town that asked for some more information. I'd like to send that out too. Our registration deadline for that is March 20. Feel free to tell your teams once you get started with practice. If you want to keep them around, play some more soccer. If Wednesdays and Sundays are an option for you guys, go for it. A lot lower fee for that. Just trying to get it going. I've got a logo for it and everything. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully we can get it going. I thought I had one more item on that. It's going to be individual registrations only. It's not team registrations. Oh, and everything's going to be 5-on-5, regardless of age group. Just trying to get that off the ground. And one more item, since I keep forgetting, sorry. Speaking of numbers of players, on the 3 and 4U for spring, now we're back on spring, those play 3-on-3. Those rosters will have 6, maybe 7 kids on it. I'm less opposed to having 7 players on the team than I used to be, because ideally you'd have 6 and you go 3 in, 3 out, and there's your subs. But we've learned pretty quickly that 1 or 2 kids may say, I'm not playing, I don't want to play. They kind of get upset and cause a scene or throw a fit or whatever you want to call it, because they just get overwhelmed or whatever. It happens. So we might have 7 on some teams. But that plays 3-on-3 with no goalie. The 5 and 6U plays 5-on-5. That's 4 plus a goalie. Those rosters shouldn't be bigger than 10. So you should have 9 or 10 on a team. 7 and 8U is 7-on-7. Usually don't have more than 12 on a team, sometimes 13 or 14, but you can still sub everybody in and out there. But I try to cap that at 12 if I can. Same thing for 11 and 12U, 7-on-7, and rosters are generally 12, sometimes 13 kids. 3-on-3 plays 4 5-minute quarters. 5 and 6U plays 4 8-minute quarters. 7 and 8U plays 4 8-minute quarters, and then 9 through 12U will play 2 20-minute halves. The 9 through 12U will have a penalty kick shootout if there's a tie. It happens once in a while. They're pretty fun. Below 9U, we don't keep score. So I don't care when the kids run off saying, we won 6-2. I don't care. We're not keeping score. Guys, I think that's it. I've been talking for 28 minutes. I'm gonna get off here now, but if you have any pressing questions, please let me know. Please make sure you have watched this video all the way through before you send me questions. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but hopefully you've stuck with me till now. Please get that information updated on the Google Sheets as soon as you can. If you did not get the invite to edit or cannot edit the Google Sheet, please let me know. I think that's all I've got. Again, this is the coach meeting for spring 2024 youth soccer at Shawnee County Parks and Recreation in Topeka. Thank you, and have a good day.